Good morning. Welcome to another episode of NRG This Week. We're here every Wednesday at 8 a.m. Eastern. That means if you're in California, get up at 5 o'clock and watch NRG This Week. We're talking about Network Referral Group, and we'll be joined by President and CEO Mike Weiner. This is NRG This Week. Here we go. Welcome again to NRG This Week. I'm your co host, Leon Thomas. Every Wednesday at 8 o'clock, we talk with CEO and President of Network Referral Group, Mike Weiner. And Mike's with us again today. Hey, Mike, how you doing? What's happening good?
Hey Leon, good morning, buddy. How are you? I am doing absolutely awesome. We're coming off the extravaganza, which was on Friday, March the 3rd. We had a amazing turnout and 24 new people there, Leon. I'm following up. Some of them have already joined this week, but it was the most exciting, exhilarating extravaganza we've ever done. And if you missed it, like they say, Leon, you missed it. We won't do it again for 6 months. So you've only got yourself to be upset with. But it was awesome, man. It was so much fun, and I'm on such a natural high from it.
All right, great. Mike, you were excited going in to that extravaganza. I've known you a long time, and I've never seen you more excited about an extravaganza. But like you say, you missed it. You missed it. So tell me something else that's groovy happening with NRG, Mike.
You know what, Leon? There's just an excitement right now. I don't know if you remember yet. We had Cynthia on doing Law of Attraction, and she's like Mike Weiner, NRG. You guys are taking over the networking space. There's an energy right now, Leon, throughout the organization. It's contagious. And, I know my energy and I know what I bring to the organization, but I'm just super proud of my members. They're getting the NRG, they're joining. We had some guests yesterday and they joined immediately. And it just really does my heart good to know that I'm impacting the world. I'm not sitting back and selling some trade product or service. I'm making a difference in lives. And that's all law of attraction. And Cynthia helped me understand frequency. If you have love in your heart and you have an attitude of gratitude, Leon, you can do anything. And I'm perfect proof of that. Now on Zoom, 3 years after COVID. It's been 3 years, buddy. They said it would last 3 days, 3 seconds, 3 minutes, 3 hours. Here it is 3 years later. And man, we're just hitting their groove, buddy. I feel like there's so much more to do. And I'm flat out excited to be living in 2023 and have my buddy Leon Thomas. And hey, we're here at NRG this week. If you're sleeping in California, get up. You should be here with us. That's
Right
all I got
on.
to say.
I hear you. I'm with you, Mike. I'm with you. Mike, tell us about our guest today. Tell us about Jennifer.
I'm going to use your word, Leon, that you use all the time, groovy. Jennifer is groovy. We've known each other several years. I remember when I first met her, she was in the staffing industry and she came to the NRG meeting. And within a day, she was a new member. She offered to help me run groups. And she is now doing a product called ASEA, which I introduced her to several years ago. And it's one of these products that's just it's cutting edge. It's amazing. Nobody understands it the first time, but I really wanted to have Jennifer on. We become solid friends. And I tell you what, she's just groovy. She's really cool in everything that she does. So, really excited. Jennifer Harris, she is in Harford County, and I'm excited to have her on the show. I thought about her for a while, and I called her the other day. I'm like, Jennifer, you got to meet my buddy Leon. I want you on NRG this week. And she's like, I'll be there.
All right, great. Hey, Jennifer, good morning. How you doing?
Hi, good morning. Welcome. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Did you just welcome me to my show? Is that what you just did? Did you just say welcome? Here, I'm gonna back away already. Wow.
Very happy to be here.
It's great to have you with us as well, Jennifer. So tell me this. We'll get to what your product is and all that here in a second. All right. Tell me this. Mike says you are groovy, and Mike stole my word to describe you. Not only
Yep.
that, he did it twice. He said you are groovy and cool.
Ah,
That's what he
thanks,
said.
Mike.
All right. So
You're
now
welcome, Jennifer.
here's the
Maybe because
question.
I was born in the 70s, I'm groovy.
Oh, see that could be it. You never
That's
know.
it.
But he said you're groovy and cool. Tell me about Mike. Is Mike groovy, cool, or what? What would you say about Mike?
Mike is groovy and cool, but I would also say Mike is so generous, and he just is such a great networker. He knows everybody. He wants to help everybody. Mike's a great person to know, and I'm glad to call him my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, he is a good
Thank you.
guy. He is groovy and all of those things. Absolutely. So Jennifer, tell us about your product. Tell us what you do.
So I am an associate with ASEA Redox, and it's very new. They're calling it a breakthrough for humanity. It is the world's first and only cell signaling supplement.
What what,
And
what kind of supplement was that? It's a what
It's
kind?
a cell signaling supplement,
The whole signaling supplement.
right?
All right, cool. All right. Now, for a sport management major turned racquetball coach, turned hotel guy, turned basketball coach, turned podcaster, turned whatever all else I've done, what does that mean? Break it down for me so that I can get it.
So it's redox molecules are in its infancy. They only really knew about them until 1998 when a Nobel Prize winner won. But I guess to explain it, we have them in our body. And as we age, we have less of them, redox molecules. So this helps put it back into the body. It is not FDA approved, so you can't say it cures anything. That's most important. Um, but this puts it back in the body to help with, let's just say, discomfort
Mm,
and your cells. So everything is based on cells. So for me, it's helped my knee. As I've gotten older, I was running and I hurt my knee.
okay.
So with that, there's no more discomfort.
Okay. And we'll talk more about that. And before I back out and let you and Mike talk,
Hmm.
Mike gave us kind of a version of how you and he met. Let's hear your version. How did you meet cool and groovy Mike Weiner? How'd that happen?
So I was working for a company, and she said, "Go out and find networking groups." So I found somehow I called one, and they're like, "No, I'm not doing it anymore. You need to talk to this guy. This guy's the best." So I called up Mike. He's like, "Yep, I have an opening. Come out to Towson." And I was there every Friday at Towson
Uh,
religiously.
okay, right on. Very similar to the way I met Mike. I was opening a hotel in Ellicott City,
Oh,
and I went to a networking group meeting and some community meeting or something, and Mike was there, and boom, he came over and said, "I got to meet you. You look like a groovy and cool guy." And I'm like, "Well, yeah,
yeah.
I am, of course." And then we met, but Mike introduced me to my hotel's top account in like 30, 45 minutes after meeting him, and I said, "Wow, this is somebody that you need to know." So that's how I met Mike Weiner. So I'll tell you what, Jennifer, I'm going to back away, let you and Mike talk, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, great.
Hey, Leon, thanks, buddy. So, Jennifer, you and I have known each other for a while. I remember the first time you came to Taos, and I was true. I felt like you were groovy and cool, and you joined immediately, and you offered to help run groups, and you've got that really serving attitude that I'm real big with. So, I introduced you to ASEA. For me, it's been remarkable, helping me focus, running 36 Zooms a week. What would you say? I know you mentioned the knee, but give us another example. I know you also wanted to get your kids on it. Talk a little bit about, I know we don't make medical claims, but what are some of the benefits, maybe two or three benefits that you've seen for you and your children being on this ASEA product? And you've been on it several years. I've literally been on it, I believe now 11 years. And people don't understand it. It's very, they don't understand they need education. But for you, what are a couple of benefits you've seen for yourself and your children? I think that would help our viewing audience.
So it helps with sleep, mood. I definitely am less cranky. I have more energy. I sleep better. The reason I got it originally was for my son who could not focus, had problems sleeping. Within a month, he was sleeping better, going to bed earlier, not staying awake all night, telling me he's not sleepy. He was able to focus more in school. And not just my knee, but also, I mean, at one time I was going to bed at 2 and getting up at 7, and I was able to run through the day.
Gotcha. No, I love the answer. I love it. Thank you. If someone were to come to you and go, "Hey, Jennifer, I've tried this, I've tried that, I've been to medical doctors, I've done this," what do you think? I want to have you talk, and you and I, without getting too technical, you and I know like ASEA gets through the blood-brain barrier. It gets through where drugs don't. And there's so many people, and I can think of people right now and laughing that, they have white coat lab syndrome. They go to a doctor and they just take stuff and they don't ask questions. What is it for you? What is compelling to you that you want to share the ASEA story? You're young, you're bright, you're sharp, you're intelligent. Anything you do well. I know staffing, mortgage, you've done different things since I've known you. What is it why is it so compelling to you to share? And we don't sell us here, we share the story. Why is it so compelling for you to share it?
I know all the benefits that I've seen on it in a very short time. And
Mhm.
when you talk to people, they automatically sometimes tell you what's happening, what's wrong with themselves, what's wrong with a family member, what's wrong with their pet. And this is something I can share just by opening my mouth and saying, I have this. Would you like to learn more about it? I think
It's
it's
interesting,
almost like you can't not share it. You can't not
right?
open your mouth and say, this has helped me. I think it might help you. I can't make any claims, but would you like to hear more about it?
What's pretty interesting. Sometimes people doubt that it can help them, and then they see it help a dog or a horse. It's interesting with pets. You mentioned pets, and I wasn't even thinking about that. But you and I have heard stories where a horse was about to die
Yes.
or a dog was about to die, and they put the pet on ASEA, and the pet remarkably started running around like they were young again. So, last question for you, and then we'll bring Leon back on. There's a lot of networking groups out there. There's all kinds. What was it about NRG? I'm going to take you back a few years. Towson, we're meeting in Umar's shared office space. What was it about NRG? And I've now pivoted and gone to Zoom, and you're with me on the Twilight group every Wednesday night. But for people that don't know about networking or they've had a bad experience, what would you in two or three sentences, why would you recommend NRG? And you and I go back quite a few years. It always comes better from someone else than me, and I like to let my members do the talking. But if you're talking to someone new, what would you say to them about NRG and why they should look at it?
I think when you come to NRG, you're making connections for life. You're making friends for life. Um, and not only that, but we've done like a round robin where maybe people haven't always showed up once or twice, and we'll sit there and we'll brainstorm and talk about ways to help your business, marketing, and out of the box thinking. So really, I just believe everybody wants to help people, and that's really what it's about. It's about connections and making ourselves better and helping other people.
Yeah, I appreciate that very much. I mean, I've been doing this about 25 years now, so thank you. So we're going to bring Leon back in. I'm glad I was able to get the grooviest NRG member ever on a call. And you and I were talking about it. And I said, Leon's a cool guy. And you're like, well, what are the questions? I'm like, just chill, relax. Everybody always asks that, by the way, Jennifer, but I think you answered everything perfectly. So Leon, my friend from a long time ago, 25 years. He hates when I do that.
This
I'm
is
gonna turn it all back to you, and there is the beautiful blue and white ASEA bottle.
Yep. We call it the big blue bottle. And that's just one product. That's the main product, the infancy product. And they so far have expanded. They also now have a gel. So put it on your face.
All right. All right. Cool deal. And Jennifer, if folks want to get in touch with you, what's that email address that they can use to get in touch with you?
jharris6841@gmail.com.
All right. jharris6841@gmail.com. And what if someone says, I don't want to send an email? I'd prefer to text or call. What
I
number
love
should they use?
texting or
What
calling.
number should they use for that?
443-525-1260.
All right, 443-525-1260. That's how you get in touch with Jennifer Harris. Now, Jennifer, you said that you are attending which NRG group do you go to?
The Twilight Group on Wednesdays.
The Twilight group. What's that mean?
It's evening.
It's
So
evening. So why don't Mike, why didn't you just call it evening group? Why Twilight?
Because Twilight
sounds groovy.
it sounds groovy. Hey, Jennifer's groovy, Twilight's groovy. Why would Jen not be? Why would my grooviest member not be in the groovy? Somehow I hear the Partridge Family music just came through my head a minute ago,
Man.
but it's a Twilight group. It's, Leon, people that work during the day in a job, they can still build their business at night. And that's why I started the Twilight group. So
Right
it's
on, right
an
on.
amazing group, and we love having
There we
Jennifer in there.
There we
Yeah.
go. I thought I was giving you an easy slam dunk, Mike. I thought it was going to be groovy, but Jennifer picked up on it right away. Right
She did.
away. Mike, we may
She
have to
did.
take the groovy card away from you. I don't know, buddy. We may have to take that groovy card away.
I've got so many groovy sides of me, my friend.
No, that's
It's all
true.
good.
It's like an
That's
onion.
true.
You just peel it back.
Just keep
The
peeling. You're
layers.
right. That's true too. That's true.
Mhm.
So Jennifer, we usually end the show with like a 10 to 15-second sports piece because people have told us that we can't start the show with sports. We can't have sports in the middle, and they really don't like it when we have sports at the end. But we're going to do it anyway. So first question, are you a sports fan?
Yes.
Who's your favorite team?
Ravens, Orioles.
Ravens and Orioles. So you've been
Baltimore.
following this whole Lamar Jackson thing that we
I
haven't
follow a little
re-signed him
bit,
and all that
yes.
stuff. So do you think he's really not that good of a quarterback, right? We don't really need to keep him, do we?
I love him. I think we need to figure something out.
Mike told you to say that. I know he did. I know he did.
But I would rather play them than watch them. So.
Oh, okay. All right, right on. Mike and I are just
I got an
I
easy
want him
thing
back.
for Lamar. Let him go get his offer from whatever team, because they franchise tagged him yesterday. Let him see what they can get out there. The Ravens should match it, sign him, give him the keys to the city, give him and his wife, give him and his family crabs for the rest of the time. Give him skybox seats at the Oriole games. Let him be on NRG this week with
Yes.
Mike and Leon.
Yes.
If Lamar leaves town, he's just left the grooviest city, and there ain't no coming back. I mean,
Mike,
wherever he goes, it's not going to be as cool as Mike and Leon and Jennifer. I think he needs to get his act together, sign the contract, and get it done. That's
Mike,
my thought.
I co-hosted or substitute hosted Wake Up Baltimore on Monday, and we pleaded with the Ravens and Lamar to come on and make an announcement on Monday's show to say that they'd reached a deal. And when they didn't contact us to say they would make the announcement, we knew then. We called it first. We said they're not going to sign him. He's going to go franchise. We called it on Wake Up Baltimore Monday morning. Even if we didn't, it sounds good. Okay, now, one more thing, sports related. We have the NCAA basketball tournament. It's going to start next week. You're hearing it from me first right here on NRG this week when we have 30 seconds to go in the show. If the Maryland men's basketball team makes it to the NCAA tournament, if the committee lets them in, they will win the NCAA tournament. You heard me
Oh,
say it first. Mike, Maryland Terps basketball, are they going to win it? Yes or no? Then Jennifer, we're coming to you. Let's go.
absolutely, yes.
Julie Les, Jennifer,
Yes.
yes, thank you very much. That's it. You heard it all here. Maryland Terps, let's go. Let's go. Jennifer, thank you so much for being a guest on the show. It was
Thanks,
great meeting
Jennifer.
you. Thanks for being here. Mike's, thanks for another great episode of NRG this
My
week.
pleasure, buddy. Thank you.
If you'd like to be a guest on NRG this week, you can do so by contacting NRG President and CEO Mike Weiner. You can contact him via phone at 443 756 9656. And you can also text him there as well. And you can email Mike. The email address is mike@networkreferralgroup.com. My name is Leon Thomas, the president of the Leon Thomas Group. We do virtual production, podcast production, webinar education production, and so much more. To learn more about us, go to our website at theleonthomasgroup.com. I'd like to also thank our producer of the day, Jasmine Pollock. Be sure to catch her show called First Impression Sports Talk. That's every Monday at 3:30 Eastern. To learn more about Jasmine, go to jasmineonsports.com. I'm Leon Thomas. Thanks again for watching another episode of NRG This Week. Here we go.